Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Friday morning's messages of love from above. Hope you had an amazing week and happy International Women's Day to all of you beautiful souls out there. And thanks for being a conduit of the divine feminine energy. We couldn't be here without you, literally. So, a big shout out to everyone. Before we get started here, let me get my desktop all set up. I get into stuff, you know how I am. Let's just get that squared away here, and then we will get into the readings. Hey, everybody. Shout out to Johanna. Hey, one of my YouTube channel members, and Magana, one of my gifted ones that won one of the free um, YouTube channel memberships for March. So congratulations. And so let's get into it. I think we're all good. Good. All right. So before we get started, let's send some love out to the world because the world can definitely use it, right? So let's just take a big deep breath, and whether you're watching live or even on replay, we can join together outside of space and time and send this love out to the world. So just take a big deep breath. Hold it for a moment, as long as you can, and then exhale. And as I hit the beautiful singing bowl, we'll just let that love come down from the heavens, fill us up, and flow out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Just gonna put it back here. So it continues to sing. I love it. So before we get into everything, just want to make sure everyone knows. Of course, we had a beautiful Pisces new moon yesterday, or the day before, actually. And well, depending on where you're at in the world. But here's a pick a card that talks about where can we transform some of a fear, whatever spirit wanted us to know. And it talks in there too about how to make the most of our new moon energy and wish energy. Every new moon, we get 10 excuse me, new moon wishes. So I always talk about how you can make the most of it with the energies. So be sure to check that out. And of course, we still are in Pisces season. So happy Pisces birthday for all you Pisces sun babies. Here is a pick a card for the Pisces season. And there's a special reading, 3-month bonus reading for all the Pisces sun babies. So if you know a Pisces, send them the link and tell them happy birthday from bruddaZEN. And then every Sunday, we have a new podcast episode come out on my podcast, which is called From Chaos to Cozy. This one was about the first steps that, I took after my darkest night. Some things that really helped me take huge steps from chaos into cozy. And we'll continue to talk about all the adventures that I've had in my life and the tools that Spirit has given me and brought through to help. We come from cozy, we come down to chaos, we head back to cozy. And so there's the link to the episode and then also to the playlist if you want to catch up on any of those. We have a new one coming out of course, on Sunday. And I think, well, let's do one more here. Excuse me. So, we have here, I put out life purpose readings that came out at the beginning of March, and they're going to be half off until the end of March. So I just want to let you know that those are half off. And I think that's the main thing I wanted to talk about here. So that is it. Let me just take a look here. All right. So we are good to go. And if you're new to my channel, new to these readings, I know I kind of feel like I'm discombobulated, is that what it is? Just beautiful, beautiful energies. I feel, well, I'm a Pisces moon among other Pisces, and we've got a ton of planets in Pisces right now. So we can all feel very dreamy, but the moon goes into Pisces this evening too. Um, or it's been, coming through here. So it's like, whoa. So my apologies if I seem a little off a little bit. I'm going to be using this beautiful deck today for our readings, Arcanas, Animal Tarot, just in case you love these like I do and you want to pick them up. You know what they look like wherever you pick up your cards. And if you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome, first of all. And how the free readings work is I do go down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. There's no special list. The chat is the list. You just put your question out there or ask for a general reading. If you don't want to share your business out there, we get it. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I step outside of the free readings. I dive deeper into those, pulling more cards. Then I return back to the free readings, continue down the list. All the information on how to donate is in the description box of the video if you want to check that out. I think that's it. So let's get into it. So I have a couple donations, so we'll start there. Hey, Mia. Thanks for your double donations, my dear. And so we'll start there. Let's give your first one some love and a like there. Happy Friday to you. You want to know M's feelings and desires when you tell him that you'll soon be in your hometown where he lives too. Uh-oh. Will he be excited, wanting to ask for a meeting? All right, let's take a look here. See what M's feelings and desires, what's his overall reaction with this here. All right, so we'll take a look at those. Let's see what's overall here. All right, yeah. We've got the Magician card coming in here and the Two of Wands. So we definitely have this energy here of excitement and energy, wanting to meet, wanting to get together, and so there is excitement there. The Two of Wands does tell me here, a lot of the how exciting it is depends on your own energy, right? They put in their portion of their energy, but where we focus our energy, right, is what grows and expands. So if I'm focusing on any of my fears or what I'm missing or wanting, then that pushes it further away, right? Because when I tell spirit through my energy I want something, they're like, "Oh, you enjoy wanting, not having, wanting." So they extend it because we're telling them, "I really enjoy that." Instead, we focus on gratitude and we release. We can ask, say, I'd love a great, meeting with them. Boom. Then you just start gratitude, focus on unconditional love, enjoying laughter, and not on all that. What if, I want, right? So I like that because they're giving you some hints on how to make the most of it here. Yeah, and again, yeah, the Chariot. It's a victory card, but also power of choice. So, you know, realizing it helps us move from our fears because when we realize we're the ones that choose the story, our emotions, our energy, our actions, no one else's, we don't worry about how things are going to unfold, what things are going to be like, and that because I realize I'm the one that's going to choose the story, the emotion, the energy, and my actions, right? And then you let go of what they are going to do because it's outside of our control. I only can control my experience, not theirs. But you have the Chariot card, which is victory. You have the Six of Wands, which is victory, equal passion. And you have the Fool card, which is this great, new beginning, this adventure that doesn't have a lot of expectations and rules and supposed tos and things in closing it. It's more like be open to possibilities and not worried about trying to control a situation. So I like that for you, Mimi. It's very open, very feels like an adventure instead of like I have a plot behind it. It's like, no, let everything go and just look at it as a child going into a candy store or to an amusement park or something for the first time. Like, wow, look at it all. I'm just going to go explore it. And I like that. It's more of an exploration than I don't know, a task, if that makes sense. All right. So that's what they have you for that, Mia Mia. So thank you for that. Let's give your second donation some love and a like there. And you want to know what he truly feels for you, thinks about you when you meet them for the first time, whenever that should be, which sounds like it'll be this one. But let's take a look here and see, what's going through their head. And, whenever we ask a question about how other people feel and think about us, it has so much to do about what's going on inside of themselves, right? Because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And so if I'm in a bad mood, everything's going to have a bad mood tint to it. If I'm in a joyful mood, everything has a joyful mood from it. If I've had a miserable life, or this is the belief I have, then I'm going to see the world through tainted glasses of pain and suffering. If I've done a lot of inner shadow work, and I see the world as this amazing, loving, joyful adventure that it is, then that's how I'm going to see everyone, right? So that's why I love that meme that's out there, something along the lines of other people's opinion and feelings and thoughts about us. None of our business. It's really not about us. It's so much about them, right? But that said, we'll take a look here. So their feelings, of course, there's a lot of passion ignited here. So here's that magician card making itself known again, and the 5 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands is a transformation of something that feels stressful or conflicting, switching and transforming. So I feel like when they first, the first meeting, they're a little anxious, they're a little fearful of like, what is this going to be? What's going to happen? Who are you going to be like? What am I going to do? Are you going to like me? That's what usually people are. Not so much focused on the other person. They're wondering what you're thinking about them. It's the way it works. So I like it. At the end, we have the 4 of Wands, which is joy, celebration, balanced energy. So it does tell us at the beginning there's, this conflict, but it transforms and then it balances out by the end. In between, let's take a look here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So there's a lot of different emotions that they feel with the 7 of Cups. So that makes sense with, it being the first meeting. There's just a lot that they're feeling in a lot of different directions, but they definitely have you got the 10 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So all this Wands energy, there's a lot of passion, a lot of physical and energetic attraction that's happening with all of this. I mean, you got the Magician, the 5 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the 4 of Wands, all of that. But it's good that there's a lot of emotion too. Because if it was just this, I'd be like, you might want to put a muzzle on them because they're going to act like a wild animal. But they've got all this too here. Um, so yeah, and that's that 2 of Wands, right? Is with being scared for the first meeting. So what are you afraid of? And it's great to look at that beforehand, because when you're looking at what am I fearing? Am I fearing I'm not going to be good enough for him? Well, you can recalibrate that fear to be, I wonder if they're going to be smart enough to see how amazing I am or not. Because that's what it comes down to. It's not, am I good enough or not? Well, no, we know you're good enough. We know that no one's good enough for you, you know. Uh, and but are they going to be smart enough to realize what a catch I am? And if they're not, well, they just show you that, and you're like, well, you know, what do you expect? So I like that, change of your fears. Look at your fears and recalibrate them to higher capital T truth. When we realize I am priceless, everyone is priceless, but do people recognize it or not? Well, that's through their human, right? And if they don't recognize it, not your fault. You're just like, well, sucks to be them. Their loss. That's what I always look at it. So yeah. Yeah, that's all right, and that's your journey. There's no right or wrong. But if they're just giving you advice because you're asking them, right? So what is this about? What are they going to look at? How's this going to be? Well, a lot of it has to do with your part of your energy that you put into it too. It can be a minimal experience or a high vibration experience. But your energy, if it's fear, it's lower vibrational experiences that you bring in. If you're going in with gratitude and love and laughter and joy, you have a high vibrational experience. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. I'm excited for you. And thank you again for your donations. I greatly appreciate that. And Johanna Yurison, hello, hello. Let's give your donation some love and a like. And thank you so much for that donation. Hey, do you know the person that you met yesterday from a past life? Oh, cool. What does Spirit have for you regarding that? Sure. Let's take a look here. Love you, Mia Mia. So let's take a look here. Was this a past life? Okay. Well, evidently getting additional cards here, so it's probably not going to be a no. you know, Well, the energy on the bottom of the deck, yeah, we do have the Hierophant, which is like our higher self drawing us to a higher place. And then also on the bottom of the deck, the King of Wands, which represents like, this it's the highest of our spiritual being. So it is a spiritual connection. So that does tell me in the bottom of the deck here that, yep, you definitely had past life connections. And let's take a look here. Yeah, so in a past life here, we've got the Five of Swords. And so there is conflicting energy. And it's interesting. I don't get it a ton, but there really is this battling, which could either be they were your enemy in a past lifetime or like a twin flame in one of your lifetimes. Because twin flames, it's like one of the things that when you look at, everyone, we get this impression of, oh, I want a twin flame. I'm like, oh, no, you don't. It's like taking double the load of college courses all at the same time. It's very intense drawing to someone, and it's very, it's like those makeup mirrors that you look at it and you're like, oh, I look good. And then you flip it over and you see your pores. That's a twin flame. They make you see everything. And I feel that's what you guys were in a past lifetime. I feel like it's more twin flamey because you also have the Five of Cups on the bottom of the deck showing that it was that. Yeah. So you had twin flames, and twin flames are not like we don't have the same twin flame every single lifetime. It's we're not that so we're not that committed to each other through all the millenniums that we've lived because we just don't that's not the ways of the other side. We're not like, oh, we're bonded together. We have bonds of, we can get into all of that about bonds with our spirit, like our guardian angel, and we have spirit guides that are part of our soul family that, we interact with each other over large periods, but we're not like, you know, bonded. Like I'm incomplete without them. We're not that way. Yeah. And that's not, yeah, when they're saying there's one soul split, it's like, yeah, that's like that's energy of incompleteness and, I'm only half of a person without them. That's not the energy of our higher realms. We're so powerful and expansive. We might come down to pretend that I'm incomplete without someone, but it's not true, if that makes sense. Yeah, right? So let's see what this is about here. Yeah, well, you've got the Two of Cups and you've got the High Priestess coming in here just asking about, what does Spirit have for you regarding this? Well, it's an important relationship with the Two of Cups coming in here for sure. High Priestess, this is, you know, they're bringing things up from the hidden and unknown below the subconscious, which past life, energies that they're bringing up to activate, to see it from a different perspective in this lifetime. So there is some, some more like a different perspective. I also don't believe in karmic debt, because that feels low vibration, right? Debt, you reap what you sow, karma's a biatch, right? It's like, no, 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 no. It's more we're these really curious beings who want to see all these different perspective of things. So like in one lifetime, I might be a slave owner because I wanted to experience what does it feel like to feel that, you know, from that perspective. And then another lifetime, I want to experience as a slave, not out of punishment or debt to make up for this, but to see it from this perspective. And then I want to see it from a townsperson who's not neither a slave owner or a slave, and I experience it this way. And then I want to experience it this way, a foreigner coming in. So I want to see all of this stuff, seeing things from different perspectives, right? And that's what's coming in. This is that you guys are seeing this from a different perspective. Oh, wow. I'm not familiar with the that specific Raziel, so I will take your word for it if they're the guardian angel that helps with past life energies. But that would be a confirmation for sure. So, but there's definitely that's an important relationship to see things from a different perspective. I feel like whatever you've had a few, maybe even several lifetimes, past lifetimes together, and you have this little switch that turns on, within us, that brings up, when we come across a person from our past life, especially now, this whole movement into the age of Aquarius and Pluto moving into Aquarius, there's all this we've been given extra access to our subconscious and our past life energies. So we are experiencing past life energies more and more than we ever have in our this humanity, this iteration of humanity. And so there is these emotions and things that are being triggered, to come in there. So I do like that. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see what all this is about here. Okay. Yeah. So the energy here, you have the 10 of Wands, which is the ending of well, there's a lot of energy, a lot of passionate, a lot of flooding energy that comes in here. And I feel like it's almost like Kundalini energy. It's coming in from like the root upward. I just feel like it's what they're showing me here is like, bzzz, and there's just this great amount of passionate energetic. It's definitely I feel like you guys probably have this attraction that's like it just gets bigger and bigger that just draws you together. But the Hermit came in sideways, which is like this, one, it's connecting to our higher selves and allowing spirit to guide us. And with the High Priestess and the Hermit card, both of these are about not being like attached at the hip. There's still this feeling of independence. The high priestess steps away and connects higher. The hermit, steps away to connect higher. And, high priestess dives into the unknown. It's like the high priestess goes into the subconscious and connects that way. The hermit has this energy of connecting upward. And so there's this, changing here. Get too eager, yeah. Whoa. But yeah, the Four of Cups too, which is emotional stability. So I like this. I feel like there will be a strong friendship, at least, between all this. Um, but the big piece of the Four of Cups is, that we're taught that these 3 cups of the outside world, that's where we're taught to look for our emotional fulfillment, but all those things are, like, unfulfilling, they're temporary, they're short-lived. I always say it's like American Chinese food, you eat it, you're hungry an hour later. And, but that Ace of Cups is what's offered, which, we get, um, I don't know, tired, bored, unfulfilled enough in the outside world that we're like, why even why even look out there for it? It's not fulfilling me. And then we turn inward and upward and we're like, oh, there it is, the Ace of Cups, the chalice, the Holy Grail, and we're filled with this beautiful love from above that's eternal and unconditional, meaning it lasts forever. We never um, can lose it. There's no conditions for it, so nothing we can do to lose it. And so we fill up like the Ace of Cups, and then it overflows. And then we feel this emotional fulfillment. It doesn't mean we stop looking for love in the outside world or enjoying it or wanting it. We just don't need it. It's not like this, it's like dessert. And then whatever they give us is above and beyond extra. We can live with it or without it, but it's like above and beyond extra. And so it changes it. I feel like this is a big lesson or awareness. I don't like lesson, it sounds like work. Awareness that comes in and big ahas that come in through that relationship with them. So I like it. I like it, but I feel like it's within it too that you're finding your inner love just overflowing, and then you're able to experience with them this feeling of, whatever they give is wow, I'm grateful for whatever they give instead of, when we're looking for fulfillment of our love in the outside world, we're always looking at where it's falling short, right? But when we inward to upward, it transforms everything to like gratitude. It's above and beyond extras. We're appreciative of what everyone does instead of judgmental and falling short. It's a great transformation. I love it for you. So that's what they got for you right now, Johanna. So thank you so much. I'm excited for this adventure. Most of the time. It's great. And those times that you're not, right? You're like, "Okay, where am I defining myself? Where am I looking for my validation out there?" It's like, "Oh, there it is. Let me just transform that." And then it's like, "Great, great, great." And then, "Oop, where I feel things are short, that's where I can do my transformation." And I love that. Yay. All right. Thanks again, Joanna. So good to see you. Thank you. All right. And it looks like here I do have some donations that came in. So, Techie, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. Appreciate that on the PayPal. So, we will jump to that. Good to see you. Happy Women's Day. Yes. International Women of Mystery, like Austin Powers, right? I love it. Yeah. I even have my. My rose quartz heart here. Let's see. Let me get to where you can see it. There we go. And so this is representing the beautiful, huge heart of divine feminine energy. So I love it. I love it too. All right. So, Techie, I am doing well. I hope you are doing well. Oh, you sent one on Cash App too. All right. Well, thank you for that. Let me bring that up. Those it looks like the emails from Cash App are going slow again, so thanks for letting me know that. I'll refresh that in case there's any others out there. There you go. All right, so I'll do the PayPal first, and then I'll jump over for the Cash App. Actually, I'm gonna do the Cash App first since it's on my phone, and I'm looking over here. Um, because that way it'll turn off, and I'll be like, "Uh-oh." All right, so we'll do that one here. Okay. So KW. So feelings and view. Of course, as we always have to do the disclaimer about when we're asking about feelings, and not disclaimer, but clarification about viewing how other people view and feel about us. You know, it's all about them, majority of it, and so just realizing that we see things through our own eyes and all of that, right? So just keep that in mind, of course. All right. Well, of course that, of course this, of course that. All right, let me just back out of that. And so you know, the first three cards that popped up on like their, how they view you, they view you as the devil. No, I'm just kidding. But it's Saturn Capricorn energy, which is a big thinker, worker. You just I'm a Capricorn rising, and that energy that comes with Capricorn is work, doing the work, doing all the, we're not afraid to work. We're not afraid to look at the shadow. We're not afraid. We're just like, let's get into it. Let's get it because we like the reward that comes from the hard work. And so I do feel like that's a big piece of the devil card that comes in there with their perception. You got the magician, which also, a go-getter, someone who tries to manifest, try to do this and that. Yeah, we're starting with the Cash App because it's on my phone. So it shuts off when I don't pay attention to it. So I would forget. I might forget. So that's why I wanted to start with that one. But the magician is that kind of energy with this devil card and the magician. It's like huge manifester, want to work, go, 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 want to get things done, movement. And the five of swords, I almost feel like this was a bit of the conflict that came in here, because the five of swords is conflict of belief and thought. I just feel like they I don't know if they were intimidated by your fire, your go-gettedness, your wanting to go, go, go and achieve. And I feel like there's some of this like I can't keep up kind of below the surface that was going on here. I mean, obviously there was a lot of attraction, a lot of passion it feels here with the sun and the six of wands, equal passion, a lot of this is victory, um, like victory energy, the sun and the six of wands. But I feel like, again, it comes back to, there's all this passion and attraction, physical and energetic attraction that was between the two of you. And I feel like they focus on that, but then it goes back to, but look at you. I feel like you progress, you get things, it's like they stayed a caterpillar and you turned into a butterfly. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like there's that type of energy of some not jealousy in a way, but more envy, not jealousy like I'm jealous that they're with other people, just like jealous of the life, your passion. Envious is like I feel a better word there. And temperance is this, um, impatience, you know, um, with this having something turn to gold, right? That's the whole temperance is alchemy. It's going back and forth, and there's just an impatience in there. And maybe that was on your side about hurry up. It's like you think they're beside you running, and you look back and they're like blocks behind, and you're standing there going, come on. And they're just like looking at you going, how can you get so far so fast? I don't have that ability, yet. And so, that's what comes in with that. So that's your Cash App one with that person there. And so there you go. And I don't feel like they've changed a whole lot. I feel like they're just a larger caterpillar eating more leaves, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in. Hey, everybody. Anyone asking if you can ask a question? Yeah, you just, for free readings, you just post it in the chat. I go down in order first come, first serve, but I do jump out of the free readings and honor any donations and prioritize those. So if you want it prioritized, you can do that too. Otherwise, I will eventually get down to your reading. All right. So let's jump over to your PayPal donation, and then hey, Marie, you'll be up after that. All right. So let's take a look here, and so you're let's see, two questions over here. So all right. So DW, will you? Did they see you getting an opportunity there? And if you do, how would it be for you? All right. So, um, let's take a look here. You've got the, whether you're getting it or not, we've got the 10 of swords and the 9 of wands. I feel like there's a barrier that's standing in between you and this opportunity with the 9 of wands. The 9 of wands is like a wall of wands, and the 10 of swords is needing to let go of a lot of expectations and supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's with this position. I just feel like there's this like this stopping with this here. And I just feel like, we've got this whole again in the middle here we've got the 7 of swords, which is there's some deceit, there's some things that are going on there, you know, that I just feel like they're saving you from a lot of uh, misrepresentation. Well, that's a new word. Because I feel like they have here. You've got the choice card, the chariot, saying there's victory ahead for you. 3 of cups is joy and celebration, and the full card. But there's the 3 of cups is like your higher spiritual posse. The full card is your soul, and there's this new journey that's coming in, and it's like you could choose to go through that if you want, but I just feel like they're nudging you, going, there's these blocks that are in place that you have asked. That's why your soul is making itself present, and they're doing it for you just to save you from, it's like a detour that takes you and you get lost, and then it takes forever to get back, and you have to backtrack in the road to go forward, and they're just like, you asked us in this lifetime. Don't let me go down that road." And so I don't feel like you will, because there's something more in store for you. I know we keep getting that, but I feel like there's this change of energy. We'll take a look here. um, and just, it's like this magician energy that you've been getting a couple times too, which is, wherever we focus our energy, one of the big things that's come up lately that was a good clarification is when we want and we're focusing on wanting, we tell the universe that we enjoy the wanting, not getting, the wanting. And so when we're like, you know what, universe, I just want this job or this career that allows me to do this, and then we stop the wanting and we start the gratitude. We start looking, especially with that chariot card. We start picturing it in our head what that looks like and that we're receiving it. We have gratitude around it. Then we look at that picture that we're painting or this movie that's playing in our little, um, movie screen here. And how do I feel when I see that happening and have gratitude for it? And that energy I'm putting forward and the physical actions I'm taking. And it's like all of that allows things to come in. But when we're have wanting and we're like we have this missing wanting, even what we hate in our life, what we fear, and we talk about that, how that we tell the universe that's what we want. And I just feel like there's this just a little switch of focus of energy will help, because I feel like there's a lot of search, 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 and and it's a lot of energy being invested in that can be reformatted, I guess, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for that one for you. Okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense to you. All right. All right. And then your second question here is, why did they offer to be your mentor? All right, let's take a look here. Why did they want to do that? Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, you've got the Two of Wands, and this energy of the Two of Wands is, it's like your energy drew them in to do this because, we were just talking about, maybe if I just continue to pull cards. But when I sat there, I was like, what? This is the Two of Wands, what we were talking about, the change of energy. And so the energy that you were putting out of you're drawing a mentor to you for whatever situation that subconsciously you feel that they could help you with. And, we've got the Six of Swords, which is about leaving old ways of thinking behind and moving into higher ways. Three of Cups is joy, celebration, and kind of a crew. The Three of Cups is getting to know our tribe. And I just feel like this is someone that you've drawn in that can help you leave some old ways of thinking behind, move from choppy waters to calmer waters, and move through. And you've got the High Priestess too, which it's someone that is able to bring things from the surface, from the hidden into the consciousness. It's like they feel like I feel like they've been brought in to be a conduit to help you understand about yourself, being a perfect mirror for you, but that they're able to bring things up from the surface that you're like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't even know that was running on autopilot down there." But they're bringing up emotions and thoughts and things that can be transformed. But I feel like they're also able to bring this mirror for you where you can see like some gifts and some talents that you didn't really feel like they were gifts and talents before, but and maybe they were just pushed down, but they're helping you see these things about yourself. um and that's what anyone can do. People normally can't, especially as adults. People can't teach us a whole lot anymore by teaching. They can just help us bring out what's already there, and I feel like that's what they're why they did it. And um whether whatever reason the human, your spirit guides are going, well, whatever reason we got the human to do it, that's kind of a mute point. This is why it's happening. And so they're giving you the real skinny, the real deal of why it's happening, not why the human character was ignited to do it. They're like, don't get caught up in that. um they're going to show you. um, Vibes. There's no good or bad vibes. There are only vibes, right? Good is a story here. Bad is a story here. They're bringing you the vibes that you're wanting. Even if we're like, oh, I hated this person that I interacted with. Well, they were a mirror. They're showing you what you want to see about yourself always. So it's always good vibes, really, really, but you will learn from them. And we can learn from people by them being a positive higher vibrational example, or a lower vibrational example showing us what we don't want to be. you know so that's always the mirror, so I like it. All right, so that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donations. I appreciate those. All right. You are very welcome. And Marie, thank you for your donation via the PayPal. And let's shuffle these up, and we're gonna go, who is coming for you in your love life? All right. Let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know about who is coming your way in love. Yay! You're here, you're here. All right. So you got that, and then that, and then those, and then those. All right. All right. Well, I like this. Here you are, you're the Queen of Wands, fiery, fiery personality. And you have a King of Pentacles, so someone who is, really um, balanced. They have a great understanding of who they are, very grounded, very, the Pentacles, earth energy. And it's interesting that it's like it's opposites. Opposites attract kind of a situation. Because the Queen, she rolls over wands and then also gets a second portion of cups, and then the King of Pentacles, of course, rules over earth, but gets a second portion of air. So it's like together you have all four elements, but it's like there's this opposites attract kind of things. Oh wow. So you're like, yeah, I don't want to date myself. I want a new experience. So I see that. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So you have the Two of Swords. Again, this person is someone who's balanced between head and heart. Um, and with this energy that's coming in here, I feel like what's important for you is, as you're heading in the directions that you're going, it's getting out of your head, allowing your heart to lead. Because I feel here on the bottom of the deck you've got the the Seven of Wands, which is the energy of someone standing out, someone being in the spotlight, and that's how you guys meet. It's whether they're in front of, on stage doing something, or in front of a class, or, behind a counter of some sort, where they're there and the customers are out here, or whatever clients. And so it is, and it could be you on that side and they notice you, but you notice each other from, someone is elevated, and I mean physically I feel elevated, and you see each other that way, standing out some way. So one of you's in a spotlight somewhere, and that's where you guys meet up. And let's take a look here. Yeah. Could be that you're learning something too, like, and this might be teacher, because the devil card is Capricorn, Saturn type of energy, and the Queen of Swords is again balancing of head and heart. But there's a lot of thinking going on here. And so I feel like it's something, I don't know if there's training involved, or if it's, an author that's sitting on the other side of a table. I just feel like it's someone that's very intellectual. And this is where, even though they're the King of Pentacles, they've got all that swords energy behind him too. And I feel like that is like what is um, at the forefront of with you guys meeting. And I feel like there's a lot of communication and mental stimulation that starts it off. So I like that you like get to know their mind first before you get to meet them in person, possibly. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It can be something along those lines, right? Maybe he's tall. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. And you definitely, there's here's the Empress, which is, you know, new birth and harvest, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And I feel like this is just like a reminder from spirit with here that, you're the Empress, you were over all four queens, you have everything within you, you have everything you need. And this is about giving yourself the love and attention. And the Chariot card too is this very empowering energy, that brings into it all, um, this um, energy of you get to choose the story, regardless of what happens out here. You determine the story, you determine the motion, you determine your energy that you're putting out and attracting. You're determining the physical actions you're taking, and you can't control that in anyone else. So there is like this, going back and focusing on you and jumping backwards, not backwards, but back to you is a better way to say it. And going, I am the one that determines this. And so we can get excited about the adventure because it is going to be movement. There is this birthing, but it's about nurturing yourself and bringing it always back to you of whatever is going to happen between me and this person, I can only control my side of it. And I feel like this is a big piece of all of this that's coming in here. This Capricorn energy really stood out to me. So it's possible that it could be the Capricorn that's making itself known here, because all of this swords and thinking, such a Capricorn thing. So it could be that they are a Capricorn. So I love that for you. So that's what they have for you, Marie. Maria. I'm calling you Marie. But yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, just enjoy, and we can get excited about it. And I usually say, while we're waiting, of course, we focus on raising our own love vibration, focusing on us, which is what we just talked about. Um, but also living our passion, not having our passion be trying to find love, but it's about, I go and try to invest energy in doing what I love and what I want to do. And in doing and living my passion, that's when I find someone that it's like a spark, because they're doing something they love, which is the same thing that you love. And that's like a bond and a bridge, but it's also where the spark happens, as well. So I like it. Hey, Cassidy. Yeah. You never know, Cassidy. Maybe it is your reading too. Yeah, very good. All right, and that's what they have for you, Marie. Minahil, no, I have not done any free readings yet. But I think I just finished up with the donations. So let me scroll up here. Yep, I don't think that is it. And let me just check Cash App real quick, because Cash App is not being speedy today. So let me just make sure here before I jump in, and then we will do that. Nope. All right. Boom. So thanks again, Maria, for your donation. And I'm excited for your adventure. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So, Minihil, you are actually up first. So, that's probably we're wondering, like, when are you going to get to the free readings? All right. So, Minihil, you are up first. And you want to know what will be that person's professions coming towards you in 2024. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit's willing to share with you here about what their not donation, their contribution or their career is, their profession. They got the world card here. And, the world card with this energy is usually like ending as old cycles, beginning of adventures. They're, but this is like an ending and a beginning. And I feel like when you're meeting them, they're going through a career change, because they're letting the old go and starting a brand new adventure in something completely different. But I also feel like it's global with the world card. So it's something that they are engaged in globally. I feel like they travel. Um, I wouldn't say like all the time, but they do travel, significantly. And that's great, because maybe they're like, you're like, you get to go along on trips, right? And you're like, woohoo, I'm all in for that. I'm a homebody. I'm a hermit. I'm like, I feel like I've lived so many past lifetimes that I've seen the world. I don't need it. I'm just going to stay down here. But you might be excited about that. But definitely, I feel like it's something that they do on a global scale. They're involved in a global company, a global type of enterprise, but it's something that they're just recently switched to this year. So I like it. It's like new and exciting for them. So that's what they have for you for right now, Mini Heal. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Dijona Sturgis, you are up next. You'd like a general reading. So let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know right now. So you got the Seven of Wands popping out of the deck here. So this is a time for you to shine and to step forward, and you are going to be brought into the spotlight in some way, somehow. And some people are not going to like it so much, you know. And but don't I mean, you can take it personally if you want, for that adventure, because that's why we come here. So, but you don't have to take it personally. Spirit's kind of just giving you this viewpoint that, when someone feels they're down here and everyone's up here, they already feel low about themselves. And then if someone gets into the spotlight, they feel like they're being, even though you're being elevated, but their feeling is they're being pushed down further below the screen here. And that's not your responsibility. Um, don't dim your light. Don't ask permission to shine. You don't have to, just shine away and allow yourself to be pulled into that limelight, into the spotlight. Allow yourself to stand out. Allow yourself to go in those directions because, you deserve it. And other people's lower self worth is not, you can't change it. All you can do is give them unconditional love, and if out of compassion, if you, it'd be like in, an example that Spirit gives is like if everyone's going for a supervisor position and you get a supervisor position above them and they didn't get it, all these people didn't get it, and they're upset that you got it and they didn't. But as now that you're in the supervisor role, you're like, hey guys, um these are the thing, if you'd like, we can put a career, you know plan together for you, and this is, I'll show you what I did and how it helped me, and we can see what you're wanting to do, and da, da, da. And they're like, really? And you're like, yeah. And that's the compassion helping lift them up, but you don't have to. you know that's what the Spirit is saying is like, um there's only so much you can do for people that have that envy, that low self-esteem, right? So that's what's coming in there for you, Dajona. So hopefully that resonates for you, but be in the spotlight, allow yourself. All right, so many blessings to you. Then I have a donation come in, and hey, Marilyn, good to see you. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love and a like here. All right, so regretful about a situation, he'd like to apologize. Will it be appreciated, or should you just learn the lesson and not contact her? I hear you. Let's take a look here and see what's for your highest experience here. So we'll take a look here and see, will it be appreciated first? Um, and what Spirit wants you to know around that. And okay, that's just it for that. And just what about the situation? Does Spirit want you to know just overall? Because everything happens on purpose for a purpose, right? So, um, regret is, this judgment of ourselves in a way, it's shame, it's lower vibrational, right? And it's okay to want to learn about things. And, regret is kind of rooted in a fear. It's like when I'm feeling in my heart, like, oh, I'm, I don't like what I did because I'm judging myself and I'm making myself feel less than because I feel like I failed, right? Failure is a lower vibrational human experience rooted in fear, right? It's like it's like going to an amusement park and we ride one of the scary rides and we're like, I didn't ride that quite the way I wanted to. It's like, no, there's no judgment. It's like, you know what? Um, I realized that when I did it that way, I didn't get as much joy out of it as I wanted. So next time I'm going to write it this way instead. And so I like this leniency on yourself around the situation here. Um, and I feel like here what Spirit is saying, will they appreciate it? And it's an important relationship with the Lover's card. The Four of Swords is peace of mind, and I feel like Spirit is saying, you know what? It's an important enough for you, and it could be the relationship with yourself. It'll put your mind at ease if you do that. You'll be doing it for you, not necessarily for them, right? So if you apologize or whatever, let it be because you want to do that for yourself. And regardless of what they're going to do with it, it doesn't matter. It's like give ourselves the apology we'll never get from someone else. It's the same way when we apologize, accept the apology for ourselves, forgive ourselves is a big piece. And go, you know what? I did the best I could in the moment with what I knew and what I had. And so that's why I did that. And so I like this release and this forgiveness that comes in for self. And then you can, tell them, I'm sorry I didn't act the way I wanted to. And because you're not responsible for other people's emotions either. They're gonna choose. That's the lover's card too. Every moment is an emotional choice, either lower vibration, higher vibration. We can't control what other people are gonna choose emotionally, because people could, you know, choose whatever emotion they want to feel in the moment. We're taught when this happens, this is how we're supposed to feel and act and blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't mean that's what we have to do, right? And so whatever you feel you did wrong, it's like releasing it, going, you know what? Um, because in there's probably tons of examples of all of us that we've experienced where we said something, did something, and the other person flipped out, and we're like, "Oh, wow, that's not what I intended." And so but they could have chosen also just to laugh at me and choose joy. It's up to them what they wanted to choose. They just chose that emotion. And so when we apologize, what spawned this is this apology that says, I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. You didn't. You created the circumstances to make it easier or harder for them to choose unconditional love or fear, maybe. But ultimately, they decide like what they're feeling and everything. So I love that, this happened for you to maybe, for that to be, um, what's coming through of like what you wanted to learn through all this, right? Let's take a look at these other cards too, because you've got this death and this rebirth. Oh my gosh, on the bottom of the deck, and the Two of Cups. So it's like if you can, I feel like you can let this go. Um, with this death card and the Two of Cups, I feel like the result isn't going to be what you want it to be from them. Like they um I don't think they would appreciate it. I think if anything, they expect it and they're like, well, it's about time you did. It's like, wow. But yeah, I like this. You have this movement of cups. The Knight of Cups, seeking your inner, every knight has a quest. This one's seeking the Ace of Cups, which is our inner love, right? And you've got the Star card too, which is all about connecting with your higher self in this, with these three cards combined. And the Eight of Pentacles, which is, you know, you're putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and I feel like this is all about you doing your inner work, and this is why this is coming up here as regret, and because you are um, so been doing so much inner work where your self-love has been your love vibrations higher and higher and higher, that anything that's of lower vibration feels so huge, right? And I feel like spirit's just kind of telling you to cut yourself some slack and give yourself a break. Like your spirit guides. Got the Three of Pentacles, be true to the authentic you, and the Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So I feel like they're saying whatever you need to do for you, don't let it be about your responsibility, feeling responsible for their emotions, because you're not responsible for their emotions. But if you want to apologize for yourself, to release yourself and to feel better about yourself, then you can. But don't let it be about your responsibility for someone else's emotions. Really look at what's the intention, behind it, what fear is behind the regret, and let it be about you and not about them, if that makes sense. So hopefully that helps, Marilyn. Yeah, be prepared for a bit of their heartlessness. Yeah, especially if they're in a place of fear, they're going to act like a 2-year-old. No. So, um, you know, that's all we can do is look at, okay, a lot of times I want to, in my past, I wanted to apologize because I'm like, well, what will other people think if they go badmouth me to people? So I'm going to say, I apologized. That was one scenario that came in, and or like I said, we feel responsible. I don't want to be blamed for their emotions, and it's because we're taught, when we're younger, right? Mom's upset, you upset mom. What? You're responsible for her upsettedness. Dad is angry. You made dad angry. We're given all that, type of energy that's in there. Yeah, so Marilyn, actually, I was just doing your reading here right now, so you might just want to rewind a little bit because this was your reading. So yeah, you can just back up about 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But yeah, so this was your reading. So hopefully that resonates, and I'll let you re-listen to that. And again, but thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. I know sometimes YouTube delays too, so you might have already recognized that. So, all right. So thank you very much. Yes, Marilyn. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for answering. Infinity is one too. Yeah, so definitely, I did get it and I just completed it. So thank you again. And let me know if you have any questions on that. All right. So many blessings. For the sake of time, I'm going to jump down and continue with the free reading. So, new love, you were up next. You want to know what will happen in your connection with P this month. So, let's take a look here and see what we have here. Wow, you got the star card coming in. So, this is like a hope and a dreams come true and clarity that comes in here too. There's a lot of balanced energy. So, I feel like it just feels like there's a lot of this dreaminess, which makes sense with all of this Pisces energy that's all over the place. Just like from your perspective, the connection that you have, you see like little fairy dust from the dream come true. You're seeing like little tidbits of things that are bringing you this energy of like, wow, I feel like this is where, this is going to go somewhere. And I feel like this is what's happening with the connection. There's some sparking going on with the star card here. And this is what spirit wants you to know right now. They're not giving me well, what happens with all of that? They're like, well, this is what the connection looks like this month. And you're like, well, where is it leading us? They're like, nope, not yet. It's sometime. And when they do that to me, used to think they're just trying to irritate me, but they don't. They're like, no, we'll find other ways to irritate you, bruddaZEN. But they're like when I'm answering questions and they're like, not yet. It's the not knowing is part of the adventure, right? So, but that's what's happening. You're going to see some sparklings of like, wow, this feels like a dream come true, and I'm getting indicators that we're moving in that direction. So, very interesting. I like that for you, new love. So, enjoy that adventure. That's what they have for you right now. Very hush hush. That's coming in there. All right. And then Dollface Diva, you are up next. So, a general for next week. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about next week here. All right. It doesn't look as bad and it's not as bad as it looks, is what I meant to say. So, the Ten of Swords, even though they interpret the dead duck here, um, in the original tarot, they're not dead, they're just looking away at the sun rising, which the 10 of swords is like an ending of beliefs, ending of exhaustion. They're not dead, they're exhausted from trying to live up to all these small t truths, all these expectations of what everybody is wanting them to be and do and etc. And I like this, for you because it is when we get to the point of like, I'm tired of it. I'm just letting it all go and I'm going to be me. It's an ending, 10 of swords, and a new beginning, new way of looking at things, a new way of living according to a new, like a higher way of looking at your life from a different perspective and from your not from everyone else's ideas and opinions and blah blah blah, but what I want. And it's a good release because it's like part of like it's like devil card energy too, where you're realizing all these demands and expectations and disappointments, and you feel like you're disappointed. And you're like, this is an ugly feeling. Why am I trying to do all this stuff? Why am I trying to be all this for everyone else? Why am I trying to people please, right? And it's like, I'm letting it go. I want to do what I want to do. So this is a big, I feel like an opportunity to really evaluate the demands that are being made on you and which you want to take on for yourself or which ones you want to release and go, you know what? I don't need to do all that. So I like that for you, Dollface Divas. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. You're welcome, new love. All right. And then Goddess Angelic Vibes, you are up next. And then as soon as I see your question, Mia, I will jump down and complete that for you as well. Thank you. So who is coming towards you, Goddess Angelic Vibes? 1111. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know. Wow. So you got the moon energy coming in here. It is someone new and unknown to you that's going to be revealed. And the moon energy here, I do feel like very watery energy, of course, Cancer sign. The Cancer rules over the moon, but it can be someone that's a water sign, someone who's very in tune with their emotions. And I like that. They've had a very emotional earlier life, which has allowed them to put up their little empathic bubble where they can be this wonderful emotional person without taking on everyone else's emotions. So I like this about him. Just a very emotional, mature, emotionally intelligent, as they say. And so I like this piece of them there. But they can dive deep into the emotions. They can go, if you want them to go in, a extreme emotion, they have the capacity to do so. Though they're like, I did all that when I was younger, like flipping out way high and then doing really, real low and super, super excited. Blah, 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 blah. They had extremes and they learned to dial it to where they're, more of a beautiful flowing stream instead of a raging whitewater rapids. So I like that for you, Goddess Angelic vibes. So that's what they want you to know right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And Mia, I don't see a question yet. I just want to make sure. Oh, there it is. So let's give that some love and a like there. All right, very good. So this is about M, and do they want to know and meet you, even if you do not send the message? You want to send him in a few days after our chat yesterday. What does he feel in regards to? Okay, let's take a look here. See what the Spirit wants you to know about M, and what's their feelings in response to that. What's going on inside them right now? All right. Okay. Sorry, let me just look at the cards here first. I'm all blah 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 blah. Well, the bottom of the deck, wow, yeah, the bottom of the deck, we've got the Queen of Cups, which it does feel like there was emotion shared during the interaction the chat that you had, and there is this attraction here with the Lover's card, of course. So we've got that kind of energy coming in here. And that's the bottom of the deck. So that's like what's going on below the surface. There's a lot of emotional energy sharing and this importance of a building of of relationship between the two of you. It doesn't mean it's like lovers, but there's this friendship, this draw, this importance of relationship that's bubbling below the surface that is making itself known. And we've got the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So I do like this, it's balancing the head and the heart. A lot of communication. I like here that I feel like you guys are getting to know each other mentally. Like you're talking, you're communicating, and like when you're getting to know each other from a distance, there is that different twist to it, right? When instead of meeting someone like in a bar or at an event where you see them first and you're the physical interaction, then you get to know them later. This is you're getting to know the communication, the mind, mental stimulation in a way. But I like that there's emotion bubbling below the surface too, um, which is good there. Um, which is reinforced. Yeah, I do feel like it here, because there's the Knight of Cups, which is movement of emotion, and the Six of Cups. I don't know, have we talked about past life connections? This is being reinforced here, saying there's a lot of this past life emotional energy that is bubbling below the surface that's making its way to the top with that too. And so there's a lot of that going on, in their interactions here. I feel like this is they're talking about what's going on between the two of you here. Yeah. And then they bring up the Two of Wands again about, as far as how things unfold, it has a lot to do with your energy and your focus, right? Because what comes into your life and the extremity of things has to do with your energy. The wanting, the missing, the fearing and all that. What do? When we focus on all that, we grow it and we ask the universe to give us more of that feeling, more experiences that allow us to feel all that and experience all that energy. But when we reverse it to focus on gratitude and joy and laughter and peace, right? That's the sparks that come even on the bottom. Well, even on the bottom of the deck, yeah, you've got reinforcing the King of Wands and the Page of Wands. So taking your magic wand into, your own hands, and allowing yourself, to realize where you're focusing your energy. What are you growing? What are you attracting? And that's the only thing that you can control is what you're doing inside of you, not what's going on outside of there, right? So that is what they have for you right now, Mia Mia. So thanks again for your extra donation there. I appreciate that. All right. All right. You are very welcome. Thank you again for your multiple donations. I appreciate you. All right. And so let's jump back up here. We had left off with Kritika Mehotra. So you want to know, hey, as Hotel Winder, I sense a restraining order coming for you. So has he noticed you on social media as a fan? You've been tagging him on Instagram and Facebook, and he liked one or two comments as well. You sent him a chat request on Instagram too, but you don't think that he will notice or accept this. His followers are increasing by, yeah, 1 to 2,000 every day. Let's take a look here because, we've got the energy here. We got the Seven of Pentacles, which is, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And I just feel like there's a long, long time before that they would notice, but I don't feel like, because they're correcting in my brain, has the person that is managing his social media accounts noticed you? Because he doesn't spend a lot of time looking at his social media anymore. He did in the beginning, but he's grown so big that he's like it's overwhelming. Because he's very much, he's an artist. He's emotionally, open. He's it would be like a very empathic person. They're like, I can't, go in these huge um be in this in front of this millions of people of an audience all throughout the day. Like going to events is enough for him. It's like when he's going to live events and putting on concerts. It's like that's enough, and then he needs his alone time, and he needs to have that. So I don't even feel like he is the one that's managing his social media. I feel like he has someone that does it for him. But so I don't feel like you're gonna notice that. He's not gonna notice it. If it's meant to be, you will meet him, but I like we did the readings before, I don't feel like that you guys are, meant to be together in that way. So I hate to be the bearer of that. But, the journey of desiring and wanting and what's my attraction, it's realize the mirror that they are for you. What is the fear? What is the drive that is drawing you to want to, I gotta be with them. They gotta know me, what is that? Is it, you know, look at the mirror and go, I want them to know me, right? It's like, have you noticed yourself, right? Because it's like, has this person noticed me? Have I noticed myself? I've sent myself a chat request, but I don't think I'll notice it. So your higher self wants to chat and develop this relationship with you, and they're like, you haven't responded to their chat request. I love it. So that's what's coming in for you, Kritika. Don't hate the messenger. So many blessings. Oh, there you are down there. All right, very good, Marilyn. I'm glad that you were able to do that here. Yeah, I hear you, Kritika. But yeah, I feel like he hardly goes on there. Yeah. It's just become too overwhelming. All right. So many blessings. Oh, and Spiritual Journey Tarot, thank you for letting me know that you did the Zcash app. It's they're so behind in there. They don't send me emails. They used to like boom, boom, boom. All right, very good. Perfect. And all right. So thank you, Spiritual Journey Tarot, for your donation. And let me see here. Did you already ask your question up above? Let me just scroll. Should be able to spot it with your name since it's so unique with your little hand. Oh, there it goes. Thank you. So, how will your move go this month? Because you're so overwhelmed with things that's going on around you at the moment. I know, right? Movement, movement. I'm just going to um, shuffle these up here. And let's take a look here. So, based on current energies, how will the move go? And any advice they have for you, of course, to make it the smooth move. All right. Okay, yeah, I see. I see. Okay, perfect. Very good. All right. Yeah, you're good here. I mean, like I see the energy that's going on here. You got the 5 of swords and 5 of cups that we have coming in here. So fives are a number of change and transformation. So you do have a lot happening and a lot of conflict, of course, that comes up, and a lot on our minds here. I like it though, because you've got, the 3 of wands. This is supporting that you're changing directions. You are the one initiating this change of, movement in your life. They're like, it's all gonna go good here. You ultimately you got the chariot card. So here's the one of the movement cards, but it's victory too, and power of choice. So I like this energy. The overwhelmedness is the fears, right? It's like I've got to make it go this certain way, and we have fears of this isn't going to work, this is going to happen, and we got a whole bunch of stuff right, but when we realize we're the ones that get to choose the story, our emotions, our energy, our physical actions, then we're like, you know what? In the end, everything's going to work out fine. And you do. You have the four of one. I mean, sorry, the four of swords, which is peace of mind. And so they're like, you can relax. Everything's going to go, and move through. Yeah. And it's like, okay, I get to choose, whatever I'm focusing all my energy on, which, okay, let me just show you the card. The King of Wands. As I'm talking, I'm like, oh, is this what you're talking about? Because they're saying whatever you focus on, you're the master of this energy, right? And so whatever you focus on is what grows. And, if we focus on our fears and that's really what it is when you have anxiety and, like all this stuff is going on. It's like, yeah, things are just happening. But the story that I put to it happens in here. What what I'm saying those events mean is in my control. What emotion I want to choose around it is mine. I can experience lower vibration. There's no right or wrong. There's just different choices with different experiences. When we choose the lower vibration, we get all the lower vibrational, you know, um, emotions that are attached to those, or we can choose gratitude and unconditional love and joy and laughter, and then that draws things in, there as well. So, I like this, beautiful flow of I get to choose and I'm choosing this and you do have the world, so you're leaving behind old cycles, beginning of a new adventure. So I like this, you got approved, like you said here. So, it's like, okay, and letting go, even you even have the devil card on the bottom and the swords. You got all this, thinking energy about, okay, what am I worried about? What am I fearing? And, bring it up. They're bringing back to me, and I can recall feeling this kind of tension, Melba. You're like, my teeth are clenching. Because when I originally moved from where in this city I am now, I moved to Idaho, northern Idaho, to be near my family for a couple years, and then another place, and then I ended up back here. This is where I always come back to. Always drawn back to Colorado Springs. And, but when I was moving, I had a short period of time that Spirit was having me move, and I had to get my condo, like, painted. I was painting it the inside, everything myself, replacing the carpet, doing this, that, get rid of all this stuff, all this, I mean, long list of stuff to get done in a short amount of time, and I was freaking out. But that's when I learned and I would hear Spirit and the Creator go, "Do you trust me?" And I'm like, and it would make me stop and go, "I do." And they're like, "We're gonna get things done. Just do the next thing on the list. Don't, spend all the energy on the stuff." And I learned my fears through it all. And I'm like, what if I don't get it all done? What if this, what if, and they're like, you know what? You're gonna get done. If you need help, ask for help. You're gonna be fine, right? And then I would be good for 15 minutes, and then I'd start freaking out about the list again, and I'd hear, "Do you trust me?" And I'm like, and through the process, I would stop freaking out as much, and it became larger periods of time in between the freakouts. So, it is very, um, I like that type of energy. So it's gonna be great. You have, like I said, you've got the King of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Chariot, which is all about, you know, it is peace of mind. It is you're in control, and whatever you focus on grows. And so you can adjust your thinking around it and know that, all right, you know what? I'm going to be here in this moment. I'm going to get everything done. Make a list. I found that when I put everything on paper, it helps me because otherwise my mind is looping things over and over and over again, and it feels like there's 1,000 things to do when there's only 100. No, like 100 things to do and there's only 10. And I'm like, okay, it felt like it was so much more that I had to get done, right? So, so hopefully that helps. Their spiritual journey tarot. I'm excited for your move. It's a great, beautiful new adventure with the world card coming in too. So I like it for you. And the world card is another victory card too. So it's going to be good. Deep breaths. All right. Do Lamaze. But it looks good. It looks good for you. So I like it for you. All right. You're welcome, Daishona. Right. That's what they have for you, Spiritual Journey Tarot. Thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. All right. And then we're scrolling back up to the top. Let me just check Cash App real quick here again. I just want to make sure I'm not overlooking anyone. Come on. Your email just came through. That's funny. Oh, they're so behind. I wonder why. What's going on with them? All right. So we left off with Anupriya. Hello, hello. And you want to know your divine um, is your divine counterpart planning to pursue you soon? Let's take a look here. See what spirit wants you to know here. Turn off that phone there. Try to get in here. See, soon, soon, soon. All right, here we go. So yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. You know, I got the Seven of Pentacles energy here coming along with this, and which means the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. They're like, just know that here's the Ten of Pentacles, one of my relationship cards. So the counterpart exists and they are making their way towards you. It just takes time for it to happen. And whenever I get this energy of, a patience card, which we all love as humans, I know, but it's we have time to focus in on our own self-love, raise our love vibration, because things that go slow and allow us to change that so we don't draw in a lower vibrational relationship because we want a higher vibrational experience. And so, as we question the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets we have around what is a relationship supposed to be, who are they supposed to be, who am I supposed to be, how is it supposed to work, and all this kind of stuff, there's this energy that comes in with it that we don't you know um, need to focus our energy outward. We focus our energy more on the inward and upward, and that actually helps raise our vibration, but it also speeds things up as well to come in faster than they would have before. Because that's what the delay is for us to raise our love vibration. So as we raise our love vibration, then it brings us closer together faster. So I don't feel like it's like, I mean, they are, well, they're pursuing you in their heart, but not in the physical world, if that makes sense. It's like, yeah, just like you are pursuing them in your heart and not the physical world. It's like that's how you draw each other together, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in for you, Anupriya. I know that's not probably what we wanted to hear, but at least there's something that we can do about it. Yeah, I don't see it either here, Lydia. Um, so I don't know why. Let me just double check here. I don't think are we in a what is it? Mercury retrograde? Let me take a look here. We'll see if it's showing up on my side. It didn't show up in the chat, but you know, like I said, sometimes computer systems are amazing when they're working wonderfully here. Yeah, I don't see it came through on my side either. So I don't see it came through on my end. So you might double check to make sure it was actually charged or not, but I don't see anything on my side. All right. So if you do make one, I will. Once I see it, we'll take care of you there. All right, and then Anjou 777, you're next up for the next free reading in the month of March for you. Let's see, what's one thing that Spirit wants you to know about March? All right, well, you got the Nine of Wands, and I feel like this energy is busting through some blocks that have been there before. something that has been just really keeping you from moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. And I like this for you because, this 9 is like it's the hermit's energy, and the wands is like you're learning to step into your power. You're learning to step into who you are, and um, realizing your energy and what you focus on grows. And it's feel like it's something that you've been um, like hitting. Usually the person has like a wrap around their head because they've been hitting their head up against something over and over, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to look at this from a different perspective, and you do, and you're like, wow, here's the way right through it. And I like this because it feels like something that's been such a long-term struggle is very easily transformed in the month of March for you. So it's like something that's just been like a block. It just like it's like you hit it one more time and it just falls apart, and you're like, "Oh, so it's me hitting my head up against it all this time that finally destroyed it?" It's like, well, it's you looking at it differently is what really transformed it. So it's seeing whatever this block is from a different perspective is what releases it for you, for March. So that's what they want you to know right now, Anjou 777. So many blessings to you. All right. And then, Blessed One, you are up next. So, what's coming in for you? Let's take a look here and see what we have going on here. What does Spirit want you to know? That's coming in for you. All right. Justice. Well, you got balance coming in here with the Justice card. And this Ace of Swords is about, connecting, seeing things from this higher perspective, rooted in the capital T truth of unconditional love. And what's balancing out is that there's, the scales represent like our thinking, our truths, our belief systems. And we're inundated on one side of the scale of all the things we've been grown up with, all the opinions of supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, and it's a lot of stress. It's small t truths rooted in fear of failure, fear of losing conditional love, and those types of things. And the higher truths are way out of balance. What we start to put things on here is we're connecting to higher perspectives from, not of fear, but of higher unconditional love. It helps bring it bounce a little bit, but also connecting with that Ace of Swords allows us to see clarity around these small t truths of fear, and we're able to transform those. And we're not just removing them, we're transforming them as we review them, going, why do I feel that way? Why do I believe that? And it gives us higher knowledge and higher wisdom, which takes the sword from here, puts it on here. It goes from a small sword to a larger sword, and it helps. So it's like it helps balance things out faster too. So I feel like there's a lot of clarity that's coming in your life that's really relieving fears and replacing old ways of thinking to higher ways of thinking. And it brings in this sense of balance into your life. So that's what's coming your way right now. And that can be, I just feel like it's over several different areas of your life too, which that's usually what happens is there's thoughts that are rooted in an emotion that impacts different areas of our life. And when you get to the heart of the emotion, it changes different ways of your life too, if that makes sense. All right. So that's what they have there for you. All right. All right, Lydia, thank you so much. That one came through. Yay. So sorry for whatever was going on with YouTube there. But let's give that some love and a like there. Thank you so much for that. And so you wanted to know here what went wrong, or your boss thinks, because your probation got extended. Doesn't sound very good. Oh, okay. Something you did or didn't do. All right, let's take a look here, get some clarity around what's going on here. Why was this extended? Let's get some clarity that's going on here. All right, let's see what we have here. All right. So, what I feel happened here with these cards, we've got let's see here if I can get them. There we go. King of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Seven of Swords. So, there's this, seeing things from a higher perspective, and the King of Swords, they're a big thinker, big analyzer, and they've had a lot of people in the past with the Seven of Swords that were deceptive, and this isn't you, but they've got this tendency to overanalyze and to go, I wonder if this is happening, and I feel like they are wanting to see more time around something to make sure whatever you're on probation for, whatever this is, they're just wanting to see things, see more data. They want to see more time to be able to make a decision. So I don't feel like it's something, and because when I saw it, it said, "Is it something I did or didn't do?" And I'm like, "No," and I'm like, "How can that be, right?" But I feel like it's on their part, in their mind. They've got all of this, energy in their head here around, you know, um, just preconceived, not even preconceived ideas, just history of a lot of people trying to pull wool over their eyes. And so when they think they see something, they're like, "Oh, I've seen this before. Let me just make sure a little longer." And it's like, but you're not them, but that's not how they see it, if that makes sense. And I feel like there's, a big piece of this for you is, it's like everything always happens for us. It doesn't happen to us, right? We come here to experience what it might feel like that people are doing things to us because we want to experience what victimhood feels like because we don't experience that back home. So we need a villain. There's the villain, and I'm the victim. And where's my hero, right? But you're your own hero, and what's underlying below the surface here is that you're these feelings of the Five of Pentacles, the feelings of lack that are in your past, of feeling abandoned, being left behind, being left out in the cold. That's what's with this Nine of Wands, is creating this barrier, this block to move through, right? So something that you can do to help with your situation, let me grab it really quick here, and this is for anyone this resonates with, because really every single human child pretty much experiences this, where we have, these feelings of being abandoned, of not being good enough, and this way out of balance giving and receiving in our life, where we, have this feeling like I have to give so much to deserve so little. And some of that is like below the surface, right? And we don't even know it consciously. We're like, no, I want this. I want love and jobs and promotions and money. But underneath the surface, our inner child is going, nope, you don't deserve it yet. You have to give 1,000 coins before you get one. You've only given 777. You have more to go, and that's that out of balance rate of exchange that's below the surface. This video here, the Take 10 with Zen playlist here, episodes 4 and 5 talk about our energy, where we're investing our energy, is number 4. 5 is the Six of Pentacles, which comes after the Five of Pentacles, which helps balance that out. And so that helps, some things that, come in with that too. Ultimately, I feel like you do, you have the Three of Cups and you have the Six of Wands, and both of these are about victory and joy and celebration. So I feel like in the end, it everything works itself out and you're fine. Either you find a job that you prefer and you're like, woohoo, I like this better anyway, or things work out fine in where you're at. Um, but I do feel like it's important for you as far as how fast it happens, is that Six of Pentacles energy. So both of those episodes are free. They're like 10 minutes or less too. They give you tools that help you, move things towards you sooner as well. So that's what's coming in for you, Lydia. Hopefully that helps, knowing it's like, okay, this, it's there in their mind and their head and all this, and it's happening for me. So they're acting as an agent of spirit for you to look at your worth, because this frees you up and it changes your path going forward too, which I like. So that's what they have there for you. So many blessings. Hey, Samya Maya. I do see your question. I do go down for free readings in order, first come, first serve. If you want yours prioritized, a donation of any kind does I do step out and complete those. So um, other than that, there's a large list ahead of you. So we'll eventually get down there. I'm only going to be on in this session for about 15 more minutes. And then I'm going to go spend some time with my praying mantis YouTube channel members. And then I'm going to go eat and run an errand. And then I'll be back and finish out the free readings. And I will be back tonight and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And then also Saturday and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time as well. All right. So we'll see here how many more I can get through here in 15 minutes. All right. So Anusri, you are up next for the next free reading. Any blessings coming to you soon? Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. So you have the Strength card coming in here, which is your human self cohorting with your higher self. And it's a great journey that's coming in here because, it's like there's this discovery of your inner strength, discovery of your inner power, because this is the lion is the human self. Usually there's a maiden, which is our higher self. And for a lot of our earlier life, we're the lion wandering around the jungle looking for love in all the wrong places, looking in relationships, situations, and things, because that's what we're taught to look for. And what's happening with these blessings is you're discovering things that aren't fulfilling you. And then you realize we have this aha where we realize I'm more than this human character. I'm this actor, this powerful, supernatural spirit being made of unconditional love. And that unconditional love is what I'm hungry for. And then they bring it, and you have this joining together where you walk together hand in paw. And so I feel like the blessing that's coming in is like a spiritual blessing. It's a deeper connection. It's a deeper connection with your higher self, and it's allowing you to see things differently. It's allowing you to feel more fulfilled, and it changes your viewpoint of how you see things in the outside world too. So I like that for you. I consider that a big blessing. Right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And then Goldie, you are up next. So higher self message for you. Let's see. What does your higher self want you to know right now? All right. Three of Cups. Here is your higher self posse that's coming in here. So, the Three of Cups for me is a special. It's joy, celebration, and getting to know your human tribe. But for this message, it's your spiritual posse of support on the other side. Just they're taking the opportunity to go, hey, just so you know, we are here for you. We don't meddle in your life outside of the honey-do list that you gave them before you came down here, going, these are the things I want to experience. And they're like, gotcha. But then they honor your free will and your power of choice. And so they're behind you, supporting you, but they won't meddle outside of what you asked them to, unless you ask them of your own free will while you're down here. So you can, every morning go, spirit guides and angels and guardian angels and loved ones on the other side and ancestors and unicorns and fairies and leprechauns, whatever you believe, all those beings of unconditional love and light are. Just have to ask them, and then they will bring you synchronicities. And they will, kind of go to let you know that they're there by repeating numbers and different synchronicities in the outside world too, just as a little nudge, a hint, indication that they're there. If you need them, we're here. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you need anything, they're excited to be able to assist. So that's what's coming in for you right now, Goldie, and I like it. So ask away, and just be ready to get answers and messages and signs. So I like it. All right, and then Pinky, you are up after that. Have you already met your future spouse? Let's take a look here from Spirit. Let's see, do you know them already? What do we have here? I didn't think so. Page of Wands is new. It's a new passion that comes in. So you don't know them yet. It's a coming, but not yet. So you don't know them yet. Easy breezy, fast easy question there. It's like, nope. All right. And then many blessings to you. And then soul searching vibe. You are up next. Messages from your future spouse. Let's just give you a shuffle here. Let me just double check real quick here. Yeah, absolutely. Just pop your question down below. I'm only going to be on for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to go spend some time with my Praying Mantis members, and I'll be back to finish out the free reading. So if you put your question, it might just be a couple hours before I get back to it, but I will come back on in between now and my evening session as well. So just pop your question down there. All right, soul searching vibe, messages from your future spouse. Let's see, what do they want you to know? All right, Wheel of Fortune. I like this message. They're like, your human is going to be so happy. you know, the Wheel of Fortune tells us that everything that unfolds in our life unfolds for us. It's the tune of for you, the fortune, right? And so they're saying that, sometimes our human has a hard time getting on board with how is that for me? But when the Wheel of Fortune comes out, it's even our human side's like, woohoo, super excited. And so they're letting you know that, ultimately when you guys meet, everything unfolds, you're going to be like very happy about it. In all ways, they're like it's fated, with the fate's wheel. So you don't need to worry. Just trust in any endings and beginnings and anything that happens between now and then. It is for you. You may not see it right away, but just trust that the universe is kind. You're being drawn together. And, while we're waiting, whenever we have a waitingness, the things we can do to help speed things along, because it's fate is usually ranges, not an exact date, time, and location. Usually our birth will choose that ish, but everything else, even our death, is kind of a range of I can, you can meet anytime between here and here. And right now, current energies, it's here. But the more you raise your love vibration, by getting rid of thoughts and beliefs of fear that don't serve you anymore, emotions that don't serve you anymore. Focus your energy on gratitude and higher vibration. Do the physical actions in the outside world that are of gratitude about moving towards that direction. The faster things happen and we move there too. When we're focusing on what we're wanting or what we feel is missing, that's lower vibrational energy because we're telling the universe, I enjoy wanting, not getting. I enjoy missing, but not, having what I'm missing come in. So extend that out. Let me experience those wanting and missing feelings longer. We're like, no, that's not what I want. That's right. So we focus on, I know you're bringing a faded relationship into my life. And in the meantime, I'm giving you gratitude for what I do have. Gratitude is I can see it. I can see me meeting in my head and all the gratitude around that. So I like that for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, soul searching vibe. So many blessings to you. All right. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So, Cutie, you are up next and you like a love reading. So, let's take a look here. All right. So, I like it. I know. It's like, what? No, that's not that kind of card. But we got the Eight of Swords, which is you're becoming aware of your own thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that no longer, serve you. Those that used to blind you and bind you and make you feel trapped and restricted around love. And this is great because the Eight of Swords is this movement card. It's like four swords on each side, which is a flowing of mind. Things are flowing out. You're getting rid of these restrictive thoughts and beliefs you have around love for yourself, love for the other person, who is it supposed to be, how's it supposed to unfold. All this is flowing and you're releasing fears around it, which is great because that speeds up the flow because you're raising your love vibration. So it speeds drawing each other together, the next love for your life. So I like this for you. So continue to do what you're doing there because it's beautiful. It's you're releasing a lot of you're questioning things, and there's a big release coming there. All right. So that's what they have there for you. So many blessings to you. All right, Marilyn, thank you so much for your additional donation. Let's give that some love and a like there. This will be my last reading for this session. In a moment, I'll grab screen prints so that when I come back later, I will complete the free readings in order as they came in. And then I will, at the end of the second session, when I come back on, I'll put a list in order of how the readings were completed so you can find your reading faster too. All right. So, Marilyn, you want to know what is the status of the play submission at the CTC Theater Company? Should you follow up or wait to hear from them? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on in the world of the CTC Music Company. I was thinking of an old CNC Music Company? It was the name of a band way back in the 80s, I think. So let's take a look here. Why am I living in the past? All right. Let's take a look here. What's going on here? All right. CTG. Very good. Yeah. Spirit. Yeah. CMC Music Factory. Thanks. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So it does tell you here that your human is happy with the outcome here. I do feel like there with the tens here, this is like I won't say an ending and a beginning, but there is a transformation. The Seven of Swords is, it's realizing what of our own thoughts and beliefs have, cheated us out of opportunities and different things like that. Um, and I feel like a waiting isn't. I feel like they're saying to wait to hear from them because you have the Four of Wands, which is joy and celebration and gatherings. And so I feel like there's going to be movement on this here, but when the reason why it's like being drawn out, of course, is this looking at the fears of okay, what am I fearing? What's coming up? What can I look at to transform it? Um, and did you had the Four of Wands is like a gathering. I didn't know. Was this something else, or was this you that was thinking about having like a reading of the play to where you um like you're going to make it interesting and invite some people to actually have it read and that type of thing. Yeah. And I feel like there is this, you know, I kind of feel like if you follow up with them and because I feel like there's this transformation of it. And I feel like, if you contact them, I give it a week. I feel like the Seven of Swords says give it 7 days, give it a week, and then reach out to them. And in the meantime, think about what type of reading, how would you like to do it? And um, and then you can present that to them as, if they're like, oh, you know what, we're so busy and we haven't had time to look at it, or, da 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 da. You can say, would it be helpful and wouldn't it be fun if I could do this? And then you guys can come and witness it instead. And, and you get to experience this and there's food involved, or whatever you're planning on doing. And I feel like that does move things along because you have the Eight of Wands, which then speeds up the process here. Um, so I feel like give it 7 days, and then that Four of Wands was it's a gathering, a celebration, and so I feel like in the meantime, just think of the creative way in what you would and how you'd like to do that. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Marilyn. I'm excited. I don't know why I when I picture the gathering and the reading, it's like maybe it's because it's tea and food. It's like Alice in Wonderland. Everyone's in costume and it's funny what they showing me in my head. So it's like, ooh, we're gonna be late. We're gonna be late for a very important date. So I like that. All right. So many blessings to you. Thank you again, Marilyn. Hey, Infinity is one. You know what? I'll try to squeeze you in here. But this will be my last one because I do need to take screenshots and head off to my praying mantis here in a momentito. So let's give that some love and a like there. Thank you for your donation, Infinity. You want to know, does the M the Virgo see your connection long term? Let's take a look here. What else? All right. What's going on in the Virgo head here? All right. You know, with the Hierophant here, I feel like they're really trying to, find the capital T truth of things in their life. They're trying to figure stuff out. I feel like right now that they have trouble seeing anything going long term with anyone. It's not you specifically, because we've got the Tower card, and with this, they're showing me that they have this belief in their head that whenever anything ever went good in their life, the other foot dropped and it got taken out of their life, right? It's like whoosh. And they have in their head with the 9 of Pentacles that, you know what, I'm going to end up alone. And it's this, you know, it's funny because, you know, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way when they have this belief that it's always going to end. It's like they sabotage it because of what they feel that they are worthy of on the inside, because they have this belief, this person left when they were a child, this happened here, this happened here, this happened here, this happened here, type of thing, right? And so I feel like it's not you that they don't see a long term. They just see that um, everything always ends up being, people end up abandoning me and leaving me, and things end up leaving my life. I don't deserve this, evidently, because I never get it. And this is the belief system with the Emperor and the Hierophant that they have going on in there. So that's what's happening. I feel like they're trying to figure things out. They're trying to understand why does this always happen to me? And I do feel like their higher self has them, trying to see things from a different perspective. But right now, this is the belief system that they have about, you know, again, it's anything good in my life always ends up leaving me or being taken away from me. And until they overcome that, they're going to make it come true. Their inner child will make it come true. They will repel things out of their life because they're like, yeah, that's right. We don't deserve that. We get abandoned. So they just need to overcome that. So that's what's coming in for you. Infinity is one. All right. Hey, HTTPS. Oh, I know. Boo 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 boo. Poor little guy. All right, HTTPS. I am actually headed off. You came in just as I'm heading out, but I will be back and let me take a screenshot of yours. Let me give that some love and I like too. You will be up first when I come back in about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I will complete those out, but I do need to head off here in like 2 seconds. So let me jump up here and I'm going to take screenshots of all of these. And if anyone's looking for additional messages while you're waiting, I have a ton of content that's on my main page. So be sure to check out that as well. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once here. And but I will be back. Like I said, I'm going to be about an hour or so with my praying mantises, and then I need to go eat. I need to run an errand too. And so when I come back, I will complete it in order as the chat was listed here. And then when I'm done, I will pin a comment on that video listing the order in which I completed the readings so that you can find your reading more swiftly and quickly as well. All right. And let me just grab these. All right. All right. Perfect. Got them all. All right. So thank you guys again for all the donations, all the love, all the support, all the thumbs up. It all helps me continue to do what I do and offer free readings. That's why I like to come back on and finish out as many free readings as I can, because I know not everyone can always do that. So just know I'm greatly appreciative of all your hunger and thirst for spirit. And thank you for all the love and support. Remember, every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally and eternally loved by the mother and father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys, enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you. Hang in there. You guys take care. We'll see you soon.